Hi! If you're new here, hi. My name is Makaziwe and welcome. If you're not new, hello and welcome back. Happy New Year! I know I've been gone for a very long time, but I'm back again with another book review from 2021, and I'm here with my reading to be read list. I'm so excited to share it. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start with nonfiction because I read a lot of fiction. Okay, so the first two books that I read this year actually, and I wanted to recommend to literally anybody and everybody. First one, Who Moved My Cheese by Dr. Spencer Johnson. This book got me where I am today. This book got me to get my camera out. It got me to get my camera out and take this video and post, and I'm probably gonna post, no, I will. And I will be posting my YouTube video because of this book. One thing I will tell you, one message, let me say this. One message that I got from this book that I will forever emphasize is that don't take life too seriously. Look back at your mistakes, laugh for a second, and move on. Listen, that's literally all I'm gonna say about this book. Don't take life too seriously. Laugh at your mistakes, cry if you must, and we move. We move on. I love this book. And I think whenever I feel... one thing about this book, it's about rats. But Makaziwe, why are you reading books about rats? It's not rats, it's mice. Sorry. But Makaziwe, why are you reading books about mice? Don't ask questions, just read the book. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, next book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. And I read this one literally January, the whole of this month until I finished it. And I even annotated it or whatever. Why did I annotate it? That's a very good question. And why do you annotate your books like that, Makaziwe? Let's not ask questions. Let's move. Anyway, so Atomic Habits by James Clear is actually a book about forming good habits and breaking bad habits. And I think it has helped me throughout this month of January to create good habits and get ready for the year. And I know what works for me now and what doesn't work for me. And I know how to create good habits and how to break bad habits now. Do you? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to belittle you, but anyway, I'm just saying, check it out. I didn't mean to belittle you, I'm sorry, but check it out. That's all I'm saying. Those are the two books that I read that are non-fiction, I know how to speak. And now let's get into fiction. So, beginning of 2021, you know? Yeah, totally. You get it, yeah. So anyway, I think I read this one beginning of 2021. I forgot, I don't want to lie. Yes, I did. I did. I read Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. I need a burp, excuse me. Thank you. I read this book and I cried. It's about Eleanor Oliphant that lives a very, I don't want to say some, it was a very timetabled out life, you know, and then story, and then she shares stuff, you know, she shares stuff and you're like, oh. From my first video, my first book review, I'm very terrible at telling you what the story is about, and I'm scared that I might spoil it if you want to read it. But I recommend this book for someone who has anxiety. I think check it out. It's a great book. I loved it. It was a page turner. Listen, it was a page turner. We can all say Makaziwe is very bad at book reviews, but she knows good books. And you know why? Because of book talk. By the way, let me add this. Guys, I'm not a booktuber or a book talker. So yeah. Anyway, the next book I read is Looking for Alaska by John Green. This is not mine. I enjoyed this book. This was a page turner. This got me out of a reading slump, a very terrible reading slump. It actually got me to read the next book that I read. I liked it. And when I found out that there was a series on, I think it's Hulu, I haven't watched it, but it looks good. I enjoyed the book. I really did. Like, after this book, I was kind of like, that was my shocked face. I was in shock. I was in shock. That's what I'm gonna say. This is a really good book, but personally, my favorite John Green book will forever be Turtles All the Way Down. And I think it's in my first video. If it's not, there's a problem. Anyway, next book, I read You and Me on Vacation. Now, apparently, You and Me on Vacation is basically people we meet on vacation, but the Americans have a different title and a book art, and we have the UK, and I guess we fall part of the UK, have You and Me on Vacation. And this also was a page turner because it was such a quick read. It was a good book. It was adorable. It's very much friends to lovers. That trope, if you're into friends to lovers trope, check this book out. I wanted to read her other books, Emily Henry's books. They seem interesting. A lot of people on Book Talk are enjoying her books, but they just don't enjoy her book art. The book art? I said it. I just said it. Is it the art? Yeah, the art. Next. This was my first Sally Rooney book. And it was... Okay, you mean, guess what book it is? No, it's not Normal People. I think that's... I don't know. It was Beautiful World, Where Are You? This was my first Sally Rooney book. One thing I can say, I do not enjoy her not using quotation marks. Listen, in English, we were taught to use quotation marks when someone's speaking. I'm just saying. This was my first book that I actually annotated. But Makaziwe, your tags are literally so messy. I know. It's whatever. Listen, I was trying it out. I was trying to annotate a book, and I did it. And do I regret it? Maybe. But we don't talk about that. We're going to talk about this book. This was a very mature book for me, because compared to this and this is all about high school. Okay, no, this one's all about high school, school. And I just come out of high school. Okay, not like, but like, and then this is adulting stuff, and it's all like adulting stuff. And this was very adult. This was like after college. Listen. This is after college in your 30s, just got out of college. I'm not even there yet. It was a very mature read for me, but it was interesting. I liked their conversations. The best friends, Alice and her best friend Eileen's conversations, they talk about religion and capitalism and Marxism. They talk about all those important stuff, but it was interesting. I enjoyed it. Don't like the way she writes, but a lot of people seem to like her because of her writing, the way she writes her books. So it's interesting. I would love to read more of Sally Rooney's books, which is the other two that I might have mentioned. No, I didn't, because I don't know the names. But yeah, next book is Instructions to Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I have read one of her other books, Everything, and I loved it. It was one of my first books that I read. Okay, not like that I read for fun. And I finished it, I think, in a day. So exciting, I loved it. And then the movie came out, and that's why I'm going to stop talking about it. But yeah, I read it, and I liked it. Instructions to Dancing. One thing I can say about this book, the main character, I saw no one, and I mean no one else, playing the main character but Kiana Naomi. Why do I say that? Because she recently got into, not recently, but she dances. And the main character dances. And I saw literally no one else but her. I'm just saying. It was adorable. I liked it. Oh, it was so adorable. I loved it. I love this book. Ooh, I didn't rate them. Let's go back and rate. Okay, so this one out of 5. Now we're like going backwards or whatever. Okay, so this one out of 5. A 3. Very mature for me. I'm like 5. This one, a 2. I'm gonna rate it a 2. Let's think about it. Yeah, a 2. It was kind of predictable. So a 2. It's fine. This one, because of what happened, I'm gonna give it a 4.5. A 4.5. Okay, next up. This one. A 5. This is probably the only book okay, no, not only. Yeah, this is probably the only book I'll give a 5. If you disagree, that's cool. If you don't disagree, that's also cool. 5. 4.5, I think. I forgot. A 2 or a 3. I forgot. A 3. This book was so adorable. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. A 3.5. Like, it was adorable. I liked it. Wasn't my... I mean, it was okay. It was a good book. It was great. It was a good book. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Because what makes a book a 4 or a 5 is something that gives me a plot twist where I'm literally broken for a couple of hours or days. For example, let's compare We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Listen, that book, I was disappointed. The plot twist wasn't that, it didn't have that, I gave it maybe a 2 or 3 because it was boring. But Genuine Fraud by E. Lockhart, listen, that book gets a 5 out of 5 because the plot twist, the way that she wrote the book, I loved it. See, that's the difference. The next book that I have read, and it's The Lost Book. Oh no, it's not The Lost Book because I'm reading something recently, but we'll talk about that now. So, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. You understand what I'm saying? This book crushed me. This book hurt me. This book, it hurt me. It hurt me. Like, dude, can you hear me? It hurt me. I was in pain for like a couple of days. I was in shock. That one chapter that everyone talks about. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because I know I'm gonna cry. I don't see on TikTok people talking about it. Guys, this book, if you want to get hurt, if you want your heart gently stomped on, get a Colleen Hoover book. Listen, I want more of her books, but it's very difficult to find these days because she seems like she's popping off. And again, apparently there's a movie coming out. I was in pain. That's all I can say. I'm gonna rate this book a 4.5 out of 5. Why did I give it a 4.5, not a 5? That's a really good question. Because there were some parts I didn't like. And again, it hurt me. It genuinely hurt me. I was in pain. And I'm not ready for Ugly Love. I'm not ready for any other Colleen Hoover book. No, I don't only know 2 Colleen Hoover books. I know more. I'm smart like that. Anyway, so here is my to be read list. It's very short for now because the year just started. So let's get into it. So my first book that I want to finish is The Song of Achilles. I've seen a lot of people by Madeline Miller. I've seen a lot of people that have enjoyed it, that like it. So I think hopefully I will like it. Very excited to read this. The next book, Red, White, and Royal Blue. Ooh. A lot of people have said, if you've watched Young Royals on Netflix, read this. Guys, I loved Young Royals. If you haven't watched it, bestie, go watch it. Anyway, so this book, I'm very excited to read. I did start reading it. I'm on chapter 2. That's whatever. I'm very excited. I'm so excited to share the review for this book. And if I'm upset, I'm going to complain. Next book, The Wicked King. Now, from the first video, I said, I've read The Cruel Prince, and I don't think I will be getting the sequel. Makaziwe got the sequel. Here it is. Why? Don't ask questions. But a review will be coming up. The next book is, listen, Jessica Goodman. They'll Never Catch Us. Now, I read her first book. Okay, the first book that I read from her was, I know the name, I swear. I know the name. They Wish There Were Us. No, I didn't see it on the pages. I swear I didn't. They Wish There Were Us by Jessica Goodman. It's one of my favorites. The plot twist got me. Now that's a 5 out of 5. Now this book, very excited. It came out last year. and I still haven't read it. I was so upset that I didn't read it because my reading slump was just not doing the most. But anyway, yeah, here, I'm so excited to read it. And the one last book that I want to read, I feel... Listen, I promise I started reading it. You can ask my nieces, because I started reading it while I was with them. And I got so... Sorry, my camera died. And then I forgot I just forgot. And it is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Now listen, Book Talk has been screaming about this book. And I want to read it. And when I read it and I'm done, I will give you a review. I really want to read it. Again. But yeah, that's literally my to be read list and my book review. I hope it was useful. I hope it was good. Guys, I hope I'll post more this year. I hope Who Moved My Cheese will give me more motivation to post more, because it motivated me to start taking videos again and, you know, getting out of my comfort zone. So hopefully I'll be posting more this year. If you have, I can speak, I swear. If you have any recommendations of what you want to see me do, drop it down below. You know what I'm saying? Drop it down below. I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are good. Have a good evening or morning or afternoon, wherever you are. Mwah. Thank you again for the support.